I'm a naturalist with San Diego Canyonlands, and today we are here in Manzanita Canyon. Manzanita Canyon is the largest canyon here in City Heights and is very important habitat for plants and animals and a great place to learn. Today we are going to be talking about the water cycle, so come on, let's explore. Did you know that the water that we see and use today has been on Earth for hundreds and thousands of years? That's because all the water on Earth continuously moves through a cycle called the water cycle. The water cycle is a path that all water flows through our atmosphere and on our Earth during different states. So the liquid state, of course, is when you see the water in the ocean, through rivers and in lakes. The solid state is ice, like in glaciers and in snow, and as a gas in our atmosphere, like when we see clouds. So you might be thinking, how does water from a glacier end up in our oceans and then into our clouds? Well, that's because it goes through the water cycle. And there are a couple ways that happens. So one is through evaporation. And evaporation is when the heat from the sun interacts with the water, like in oceans and lakes, and it changes state over time. So the water goes from a liquid state into a gaseous state. Another way is through transpiration, and that water actually comes from plants and changes state into vapor into our atmosphere. Just how like us humans sweat when we're warm, the water comes out of our pores, same thing happens with plants. However, we can't really see it, and the water from plants turns right into gas and goes into our atmosphere. So water enters the atmosphere through evaporation and transpiration from plants. But then what happens? As the water vapor rises into our atmosphere, it actually cools and then again changes states. And that is when we see clouds in the sky. And we call that condensation. When a cloud becomes full of liquid water and gets too heavy, it actually releases that water in the form of rain or snow, also known as precipitation. That precipitation falls back onto Earth into our rivers and lakes and oceans, and the water cycle starts all over again. So remember that we have evaporation from our oceans and our lakes and rivers, transpiration from our plants and trees, and that turns into condensation up into our atmosphere, and then into precipitation. And that is the water cycle. The water cycle is important because water is essential to all living things on Earth, from humans to plants to animals to insects. So thank you so much for coming out here to Manzanita Canyon and exploring the water cycle with us.